everybody! Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the bag that I am taking for boarding the Disney Wish. Now this is a cruise carry-on style bag. There's a couple things to think about before you start planning your bag. Number one, whenever you do travel a cruise, you will have cruise documents that you need to take with you. So you need to have a bag that's big enough for those cruise documents with no creases on them to be able to fit into your bag, or you will have to carry a separate folder until you can crease those documents if you choose to. Number two is most people, now unless you're getting on the boat late, like late, most people who are boarding, you're going to be carrying this bag from upwards of 3 to 5 hours before your room is ready. So you need to have a bag that is comfortable for you to carry, easy for you to spot, easy to be able to take with you as you were exploring the boat before. And I know it's not a boat. I've said this before, but I'll repeat it because of reasons. I say boat because of sound clips on internet anyways, but when you board the boat, it may be upwards of 3 to 5 hours before your room is ready, which means you're going to be carrying this on you the entire time while you're exploring, taking pictures, whatever you want to do. So that's a couple of things to keep in mind. Now let's go ahead and talk about what is going in this bag. So on this front pocket, I'm not going to share the actual envelope because you can see kind of like right there, that's an envelope. Those have our mailing addresses on them. Those are our luggage tags. So on Disney Cruise Line, before you arrive, and what we're doing is we are staying overnight at a Disney World resort. The next morning before we check out of our resort, we will place the luggage tags on the 6 of us have 8 checked bags. And then I think the other 2 people with us have 2 checked bags each. We were able to thankfully manage just 8 with the 6 of us because there's no way we could have handled 12 checked bags for the 6 of us. Anyway, my tip, honestly, guys, just a quick side tip here. Take bigger suitcases. Just take the bigger suitcases and then take 1 extra with room for souvenirs. But the luggage tags are in there so that whenever we go to leave the Disney resort, before we leave, we'll put them on there because you immediately pull up to the boat parking garage. They unload them for you and take them for you from there. So you need to go ahead and have your luggage tags on before you arrive to port. If you're transferring from the airport, I've heard you can put them on before you do the transfer. I don't know. I haven't had to deal with that. I'm just talking about like if you're driving to the port, that's how we do it. The other envelope in here is 7 of the 8 passports. And yeah, I'm really nervous about leaving those because we need those to board. Next item on here is actually 2 items, technically 3 if you really wanted to. These are item frames. Oh, sorry, Minecraft. These are picture frame inserts. So what we did last time was we had the character's sign right here, and then we put a picture of us on the trip in it. Important thing here is whatever direction you want your picture to be when you arrive home, make sure they sign it that way. So like if you want it this way, try to make them sign it this way. If not, hand it to them and tell the cast member when you hand it to them, and they will 100% work with you on this. Have them sign it this way, and then make sure you get that size picture, or make sure you take both horizontal and vertical images so that you can get home and choose which one you want to do. But there are actually 2 of these here because the last cruise we took, my adopted daughter was not with us at that time. We didn't even know she was going to be adopted at that time. So I told her she could take the spare one that we had because we ended up having a 4-pack, but we only used 1 of them on the trip. And then I think the second one was damaged. I don't remember. Anyways, or maybe we used it for another project for church. But we have 2 left. So I told her she could have 1 for personal use since she didn't get one last time. And then the other one will stay in our house here even after they grow up. And it'll be on the wall for forever and ever. So that's there. Next thing on here is every suitcase we ever pack has an extra garbage bag in it because you never know when you're going to need an extra garbage bag. Laundry, trash in the room, whatever. You want to have those extra garbage bags on hand because you just need them. We don't have to deal with like motion sickness usually with driving with people. That's not really what that's for, but maybe you could use that if you needed to. But yeah, that's why that there is there for like just in case emergencies. This right here is actually the kids' cash. So they've slowly been collecting cash for like birthdays from people, Christmas, little things like that. And what we're going to be doing is on our way down, we're going to go to the bank, deposit all of it. And then we have a ledger that we have on our phones on an app that does not require internet, where we can keep track of how much money they have, how much they've spent, and then how much, if they have any left over after the trip, how much is left over. So that's what we do. And then once we get back home, they can still use that money. It just makes it easier to put it all into our debit account and then have our key to the world cards matched to our debit account when we board, than to have like one for each child and all that. So it's just way more easy. And I know a lot of people are going to say, why don't you just do the Disney gift cards? Well, the reason why we don't do the Disney gift cards is because after the trip, some of them want to use it on non-Disney things. And if they have a balance left, because we probably won't be going back to Disney for over 2 years. So that's why, because we want them to be able to use it before we go back again. Speaking of which, I do have the one Disney gift card right here that we are going to be taking with us. And that does have money to pay for one thing that we're doing. And then it has like X amount of dollars per person after that for everybody to spend on souvenirs on the boat. This is the actual shoulder strap, because this is like a handbag, but it does have a shoulder strap to it that I'm going to be using. This is a wallet my mother-in-law bought for me that is the anti-scam on it. I may transfer my cards to that. Dryer sheet does help to keep things fresh. It's not just actually just sitting there. This will actually attach to my phone. It was another thing my mother-in-law bought me. That thing right there, it will attach to my phone. It's so dirty. It's been a busy day. It will attach to my phone, and then I can carry my phone on my wrist whenever I don't have pockets. This is my extra luggage tag, and what I'm going to use it for is to attach to this bag. That way, if I get separated from it, and that's another tip, guys. If you're taking carry-on bags, still have something on that bag that says, this bag belongs to this person, because last cruise, my kids each had a backpack at carry-on, and one of them accidentally left it in Cabanas on the Dream. So this time they're actually going to be putting their backpacks that they're going to take on the boat into their suitcases before we leave the Disney resort, and then they get their backpacks back after boarding, so that on boarding day they don't have to worry about backpacks through security, all that. They're just going to have their cameras on them until we get to our room, and then they'll get their bags back. But for myself, yeah, that is going with this. And I may explain later in another video, and I may have already explained it. The kids are actually taking 2 bags, so they have one backpack that's a very large backpack for all of their road trip essentials. It'll have a cup with a straw, a water canteen, all of their road trip items, and then maybe like one change of clothes in it. And then their cruise carry-on bags are smaller, like one shoulder backpacks that are themed. They're all Disney themed, that my mother-in-law bought them. And then those are the ones they're going to carry like all the time on the boat whenever they want to. It'll have like their water canteen in it. And then at night, when we head to dinner, they're going to put their straw cups in it so that they can fill those at dinner or whatnot. And then they can have drinks in their room after dinner. So this is the bag that I use whenever I'm traveling. This is the purse that I use. And I will be doing a video soon about like what I take on a road trip when I'm driving. And I'll talk a little bit about purses coming up in that video. But I transfer to this bag because if you look, it exactly matches this. So if it ever gets lost, I know exactly what it is. This bag here, I don't know if I can zip it. I can't unzip it one-handed. And I've really got to hurry with this video because I need to get a lot done today. These are all of our lanyards. So there's the little plastic sleeves for the Key to the World cards. There's themed lanyards for each of the kids. They're all Star Wars themed. Matt and I have a solid black one. There's one neck one. Most of them are retractable lanyards because we don't like wearing lanyards around our neck when it's hot. The extra lanyard around the neck is just in case one of the retractables break. But you'll see what we're also going to do about that whenever you see our video tomorrow about our room essentials bag that I have to refilm because the footage ended up accidentally getting deleted. GoPro and all of its accessories are going in my carry-on bag because I'm driving, I probably won't use the GoPro while driving. I don't know if we'll take any footage while actually driving, except for, like, of course, when we get to Disney World, somebody will be filming whenever we go towards the gates. But mostly the GoPro is just going to go in the carry-on bag, and if I need it, or if I have the chance to mount it onto one of the dashboards, I will. But yeah, so that it's just staying in that bag for now, just to make it easier. This is the document bag. Not going to open, or document pack. I'm not going to open this. This has the documents that you have to do when you're pre-boarding. They give you these documents you have to print and you have to bring with you. And it also has confirmation for our hotel that we're staying at, because we're driving from East Tennessee to Northern Florida the first day, and then from Northern Florida to Disney the second day. That's in there. And then I want to say there was something else looking off camera. Oh yeah, so I also have like our proof of homeschooling, just in case that's an issue on board. I always usually carry that with me, proof of being a teacher. Any other documents like that that I need like a whole sheet of, goes in there when we're traveling. Last but not least, you see it says don't forget vitamins. I'll cover that in a last minute packing video soon. That's a little tip there. But this is everything. It's almost everything we need. There's a couple things that we don't, like we don't have enough nausea medicine in here. I need to get another pack. But it has like eye drops, over-the-counter medications, anti-itch cream. All of that is in here. I do need to put the first aid bag in here. I need to grab that. And so that's one thing that you don't see on camera here for this bag is the first aid bag, but I will grab that. That's it for today's video. Thank you to all our members for supporting this content and allowing us to continue making videos. And thank you to every single one of you for liking, watching, positive comments, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.